Hello and welcome to part 6 of our pendulum build. We left off last time finishing up on page 14 and we had our assembly looking just like this. And so today what we're going to be doing is working on page 15 on steps 1 through 8 to get the this part is called the pendulum bob assembled. Then we're going to move on to pages 16 and 17, parts 1 through 5, and then 1 through 3 over here. And lastly, we're going to go on to page 18 to get the rubber band installed. All right, so let's get started. I'm going to go back to page 15. We are going to start off with this top section over here, and we're going to need parts 36, 37, and 38, which are on board number 4. Okay, we have parts 36, there's 2 of them. Then we have part 37, and 38 is right here. So we're going to pop those out. There's our 36. We're going to get part number 37. And then part number 38. Okay, so we're going to start with part number 38. We're going to stack part number 37 over top of it. So we have this piece here. We're going to put this right over top, looking like that, with this point facing out, facing up, I should say. And then these parts number 36, these pieces here are going to pop right into those square openings. And it's going to go all the way through to the other side like that. Same thing on the other side. Okay, so that first part is done, and it should look just like this in the picture. So now section number 2, we need part number 39, and we need 4 of those. So part number 39, I'm just going to set this aside. All 4 pieces are right here. So I'm going to pop all 4 of them out carefully and break those apart. Okay. And the way we want this to go together is we want to turn this around now so that these 4 tabs are facing you. And then we're going to go one by one with the little spike here. We want that facing up, and that's going to slide into place there. Then this one's going to have the point facing down. This one is going to go here, and this one is going to go here. So it should look just like that. Okay, so that's step 2. Now we're going to go on to step 3, which calls for part number 40 to go right over top of that assembly. So we're going to get part number 40, which is on... Where's part number 40? Oh, geez. It's right here. I just looked it over. Sorry about that. Okay, so part number 40 on this board number 4. We're going to take that out, and we have our symbol here, the exclamation point, just telling you to pay attention to there's a taller point and then a shorter point. We want the taller point facing the same direction as the point on part number 38 here. So I'll show you what we're talking about there. So we want it to go this way, not this way. Okay, so I'm going to turn that around, and we're going to line it up to the 4 pieces, the 4 square holes, and I just pushed that in until it snapped into place. Okay, so that is looking good. Kind of looks like the Batman symbol a little bit, maybe that's a stretch. So now we're going to move on to step number 4. Once again, making sure you have this point facing up. We're going to get parts number 41. There's 2 of them, and we are supposed to wax those parts before we put them in. So we're going to get parts number 41. Pop those out. There's 1. There's 2. And we're going to get our wax. And we're going to wax the sides. The arrow is only pointing to these like long parts here. So I'm just going to kind of rub the wax on those sides. I'm not going to do the T-shaped part of it. Okay, so that's all waxed, and we are gonna hold this. Let's see here. Okay, so the other thing this is showing us that we want to hold it in a position where, not where this is facing you, but turn it around to the other side. So it should look like it does here in the picture. And then these openings on the side, here and here, is where we're going to slide these into. So we're going to go through here like that, and then we're going to take the other piece, do the same thing on the other side. So just show you up close, that opening right there, I'm going to go right in. So now it looks like this from the front and like this from the sides. Okay, and then part number 42. I'm going to get part number 42. And there's a special note, a close-up here, that the P that's engraved right here, that should face out, not like this. So we want the P facing out, and that is going to pop into place right here, like so. Okay, so that slid into place. And now we're going to get our rubber band for step number 5. This appears to be the narrow rubber band. And there's 2 of these that were provided. It looks like we only need 1. Maybe it is. No, I think it is 2 of them. Yeah, so we're going to start with the 2. This is definitely not the 5mm. This is the 1.5, and we could tell just by measuring here. Okay, so what we want to do is run the rubber band. Maybe we are going to try with 1. We're going to try with 1 rubber band first. The second one might be there in case you snap it. So we are going to hook the rubber band in place here and here. Okay, we have the letter P facing out, and we're going to fit that into place and wrap it around and into the other side. Okay, so it should look something like that. And one thing it's saying here is if you want to add a weight, you can pry this back and put part number 43 in there. So we're going to do that. It also says you could use a coin that fits in there, but I'm just going to use the number 43 UGears coin here. So we'll pry this out and slide the weight in. And just because I'm being particular, I'm going to just rotate it so that it's looking straight, it's not crooked. Okay, so there we have that there, and we have our rubber band in place all around the sides. Okay, so we are at this checkpoint here. This part is complete. So we're going to move on to page 16. And on page 16, we are going to be working with board number 3, and we're going to start with parts number 44 and 45. So board number 3, parts 44. I'm going to break this out. And part 45. Okay. And it's showing us here to pay attention. This left side where the piece kind of hooks up a little bit, you want that facing to the left. And then on part number 45, where this notch is, you want that facing towards you. And you also want the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 numbers facing towards you as well. So we want it like this, not like this. Okay, so we're going to hold it this way. We're going to hold this piece where this notch is facing in this direction, and we're going to slide that down into place. So that should look like that. Okay. Now we're going to get part number 46, and that's going to connect right inside this opening. So part number 46 is right here on board number 3. And we're gonna pop that into place right here till it snaps. Okay, so that should look like that. Now moving on to number 3, we need 2 number 23s, and we're gonna wax them. Okay, we're gonna wax the parts number 23, and we're gonna wax inside this little cross piece here, inside this area right here. So we're gonna get parts number 23. So I have one right here, 23. Wait a minute. Nope. We're gonna use this one on board 3. In the center here is some more number 23 pieces. Pop those out. Okay, so I'm gonna wax around the borders of these. Okay, and then I am gonna wax right inside of here. So I'm just going to kind of put the wax in here and just move it around to get all the surfaces. Okay. And so we're going to put this part on here. And this one over here. All right, so now moving on to step 4, we are going to wax the sides of this piece. So I'm going to take my wax and just rub both sides. of our pendulum. Okay, and now we're gonna take our pendulum bob with the needle, the point facing up and the letter P facing down on the bottom. And we're gonna slide this up through this opening right here. We're gonna slide this up into the pendulum like this. And then we're gonna get part number 47 for step 5. So let's find that. Part number 47 is right here. That's a tiny piece. Part number 47 is gonna come out. And this one we wanna hold. Let's take a close look at the picture. It looks like it's going like this. Okay, so we want the longer, like kind of hooked section facing down, and that's gonna pop in to the bottom part right here. So put that in place like that. And that's basically just a stopper so that the pendulum can't come off now, can't come any further down, okay? So that is step 5. Now we're gonna move on to page 17, and we're gonna be installing this section into our pendulum. So step 1, we gotta take a close look here. This hooked section right here is going to mesh with the gear here, all right? So what this is showing you in red is that you wanna make sure that this lines up between the teeth of this gear so that nothing binds, okay? And then the other thing that it's showing you over here is this part of the pendulum, so the back part with the round piece that we installed, that is gonna fit into an opening in the vertical piece here. So just to show you what I mean by that, if you look on this part right here, we see how there's a gear, a circle fitting in here. There's a circle fitting in here. This circle right here is what you want to line up this part with when you are fitting it together. So we're going to do that now, and I'm going to just try and show you. This is going to go into here like so, and we want that fitting in place just like that. And you could see how this part is fitting in between the teeth of the gear. So that's what you want. You want it looking something like that, okay? And once that is in place, we are going to get part number 48, and that's in step 2 over here. So we're gonna get part number 48. And we want to line this up like this, not like this. Okay, so the 2 circles should face down, and the 4 square holes here are going to pop into place with these 4 pegs, and this gear and this gear are going to fit into these 2 holes. Okay, so let's do that now. Oops. This may be a little tricky to get everything lined up, but you can do it. Okay. Okay, so that is how it should look with this gear in place and this gear in place, okay? So now, some of the last steps we're gonna take parts number 49 and 23. So here is part 23. then, oh, this was actually from the extras board. So you can either take it from here, or what I should have done is on board number 4, there's part number 23 and part number 49. So I'm actually gonna do that and that. And it's gonna be the point facing up. That's gonna go, let me see here. We're gonna spin this around actually. Oh, I think I goofed. Okay, we're gonna jump back just a second. I don't know if this particularly matters, but this part right here is going in this direction, and on mine right now it's going in this direction. So what I'm gonna do is pop this off for a moment, and I'm gonna take my pendulum off too, and I'm gonna turn this so that it's parallel. And let's get that back into place. So now this part right here is facing this way, not this way. Okay, so now we have that in place, and I'm gonna put our pointer facing up, and then I'm gonna put part number 23 on top of that, and that should snap into place, and it did. Okay, so that is what this should look like, and it should look just like your picture here. Okay, like so. All right, so this is what I want you to send me a picture of, and then I'm gonna do one more very short video, which I'll also post, showing you how to install the rubber band and test your pendulum out. Okay, so that's going to be the next video. All right, so thank you for watching. Once again, please send this picture so I could see how you did with this part of the build, and I will see you on the next video. Thanks for watching, everyone.